For the next 2 hours, Fixing the Nation is bringing the mic to the ground. We are at the KICC, like we said, and here we want to talk about business, the small, micro, no, we start with the micro, small, and medium enterprises in this country. Many people call it Juakali sector, the formal sector, the informal sector. It doesn't matter. It's business. Whatever kind of business that you're doing, what are the challenges? What are the success stories? What would you like to see fixed? How is the government providing an enabling environment? How are the businesses themselves doing? Are they thriving? Are they creating employment? Are we seeing a loss of jobs? Are we seeing an environment that is able to then expand our business? And that's why we're here. Fixing the Nation, one conversation at a time, micro ground about SMEs. Here we are. We have several people who are running enterprises in whatever kind of level of enterprise they are, and we'll be having a conversation with them. And remember, we are live at the KICC. This is the SME Conference and Expo. It's been taking place since Wednesday. It's open to the public, so you can come in, you can join us before 10 a.m. Kuja, tukupatie mic pia wewe, useme, ikutoke. Let's start with what are the people who are here, what do they do in terms of business? Let me start with you. What's your name? What do you do? What kind of business are you in and how is it?
Thank you. My name is Yvonne Koller. I run an insurance agency called Laco Insurance Agency, and my focus is MSME market.
Insurance agency ni nini?
Insurance agency is an intermediary between the underwriters and the customers. Our work is to break down the knowledge to the simplicity it can be to enable members to understand insurance, and then we also provide the after-sale service.
How long have you been in business?
This is our 10th year in business.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
So 10 years means it's going well.
Yes.
Okay. Any bottlenecks that you still face right now? I'm sure in the beginning, issues around licensing and trying to roll out, but it's been 10 years. Is there a part of you that's saying, why in 10 years am I still dealing with 1, 2, 3?
Okay. So one of the bottlenecks is taxation. We struggle to understand how we are supposed to handle our taxes, and it will be nice for the government to come down to the insurance market and just train people on how to do their proper taxation, because there's a gap and many people don't understand it. So that was one of our biggest challenge. The second one is starting up an agency. It's not easy. The support, the financials, the understanding of how to run a business is one of the biggest challenges. Everybody wants to run an agency, but they fear of unknown. How do I start? Who can hold my hand? Who can guide me so that I get to the level where I become an underwriter as well, so that I can focus on the market, the mass market that has the biggest need, because they don't understand a lot of the jargons, the people don't read their policies, so we just need to do a lot of member education in the market.
Who here identifies as a hustler? Oh, no, you're a hustler, genuinely. I think I am. Yeah. It's only me. Oh, okay, two.
Who is a hustler? So they brought to a mic, anaitwa Katola ako hapa na mic, anakuletea mic hapo nyuma.
I'm asking who is a hustler, who identifies as a hustler, because seated next to me is the County Secretary and Chief Officer for Business and Hustlers Opportunity, Godfrey Akumali. Now, Godfrey, just before I even get to who identifies as a hustler, please tell us, kazi yako exactly. County Secretary and Chief Officer for Business and Hustlers Opportunity. What do you do?
Thank you very much. My name is Godfrey Akumali, and I serve Nairobi County as the Chief Officer for Business and Hustlers Opportunities, and also I'm the Acting County Secretary and Head of County Public Service. So as a County Secretary is forthright, the County Executive Committee, I'm the Secretary to the committee, and I'm also in charge of all the staff in the county, so I mind all the welfare of our staff. And definitely, I'm like the CEO of the county, so the governor runs the political side, I run the operations. So once in a while, if you're looking for a license, you're paying your parking in the county, you want water services, all those services are coordinated from my office. And basically, I run all the operations. Then, as a Chief Officer in charge of Business and Hustlers Opportunity, it's just as my name states, that it is promoting business, is giving opportunities to MSMEs. I have three key departments that I run. I run the MSMEs department. We also have the trade services department. We have the liquor department that basically licenses the liquor selling within the county. And one of our key achievements in the last 2 years is making businesses be able, from the comfort of your business, you can actually, and using just your phone, you can actually get a license for Nairobi City County. So your business, you do not have to come and queue at City Hall. You'll know all the licenses you require. You need a single business permit, you need the fire, you need the pest control, and all the other licenses that you require to do your business. Now it's a one-stop shop. You do not need a signboard in your business to hang our licenses. One license serves you with everything. In essence, we also promote MSMEs. We have forums for them, and we create opportunities for them. So partners like the Nation Media Group are our partners who we collaborate in some areas so that when they have such forums like this, we come together with them and support MSMEs and give opportunities to the MSMEs to thrive. The Nairobi City County currently has one of the gaps that we've recognized is the gap of financing for MSMEs, especially the micro ones. Many of the MSMEs, when they go to banks, when they go to microfinances, they are looked as unbankable. So we are creating the Biashara Fund program. Under the Biashara Fund program, we intend that we'll get to partner with one or two of the financial service providers and be able to come up with a product that will ensure that MSMEs can access a single-digit interest loan that they can be able to repay within a short time and be able to grow. And ultimately, the essence is that we use that opportunity as an incubation center. And when you are on your feet, we can hand you over to the market.
We will come back to you, Bona PS, and hear the success stories of what has happened, in the last 2.5 years of your administration, and especially of this department for SMEs and hustlers. But I want to talk to other Watu wa Biashara. This one has been, wanting to respond to. Where una run biashara gani, and what do you feel about, operating a business?
Hi everyone. My name is Mogo. I recycle plastic waste at a company called Norma Green Plastics. Operating business is hard.
You recycle plastic waste?
I recycle plastic waste, yes.
Okay.
And I recycle it into what we call plastic lumber. So it's an alternative for wood that is termite proof, that is rot resistant, and you use nails the same way as wood. So we are saving the environment and cleaning the environment as well.
Okay.
By reducing deforestation, but also cleaning up the plastic waste that's in the environment.
Same question as Jano asked the other one. How long have you run this business and how has it been?
Set up in 2019, but commercially from 2021.
Okay.
Yes.
You look like a young man. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Because we're talking about the biashara and how people are actually going into self-employment and starting their own businesses and running businesses.
I'm 37. So perhaps not as young as I look.
Buana.
Good genes. Good genes.
Good genes.
Yeah.
You've run it for those years.
Yes.
What are the challenges that you faced running such a business? This is a business of waste management.
Yes.
This is a business of collecting waste and then taking it somewhere and recycling that waste and coming up with a new product and then coming to sell that product. Kanjo anakukubalia kwanza uokote plastic hii town. Number two, ukiokota hii Kanjo anakubalia utuuzie poles.
Well, there are a lot of challenges in business, and especially with regulation from Kanjo, from government, NEMA licenses, because we need a NEMA license for that. And it feels like you're continuously jumping through hoops to get your business running. And especially in our business, we feel like we should be getting more support since we are doing good. But you feel like you're fighting with the government all the time. NSSF, NHIF, now SHA or whatever they are calling it, housing levy, pay. It's an extremely punishing business, trying to deal with government. And it feels like they are fighting against you when you're trying to run a business.
So there's a taxation side, and we'll talk about that as well in terms of the cost of business when in compliance with taxation. But let's talk about compliance with just regulations. So you've talked about PS here, the chief officer has told us they have harmonized these licenses into one. So you can get a business permit, which will cover fire, which will cover all those things. But then still you're talking about, so first of all, is that true? Is that what you've experienced? Secondly, what other permits do you have to apply for to run your business?
So for my business, I need an environmental impact assessment. I need to have a NEMA license. I need to have the fire regulations, the health regulations, and all of that.
Who do you apply the fire from? Kanjo?
Kanjo.
And that's the unified one?
So I'm not in Nairobi, actually.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
so in whichever county you're in,
yes.
you in Kiambu County,
Yes.
you have to get a separate fire permit as you are applying for your business permit.
Actually, this year they unified it, I think, the same way.
Okay.
So you just apply for one, and you get all of it in one. What is not in the
NEMA
same
is a different one.
NEMA is different.
Health?
Health is in the same license.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
She wants to give us her experience. What's your name? What business do you run? And what's your experience?
My name is Teresa Dirango, and I work for Organic Foods. Organic Food is a company that is dealing with also collection of the food waste, and we turn it into compost or organic manure or fertilizer. We call it fertilizer, mostly organic fertilizer, which is called high grow. And we collect this garbage from the market, from the estates, and also from the farmers' farms. And we bring them together and we do the compost, and then we sell it, we package and we sell. But as he is saying, there is quite a lot of taxation, not taxation, but there is quite a lot of certification which are required. Especially if you look at even our product, which is now, we are calling it even in the side of organic. It has to go through the certification of organic. We also go the certification for the CAPES. We also go the certification for the KENAS. So you look, these certification and accreditations.
What is KENAS?
KENAS.
What is that?
Kenya, yeah. Kenya National.
What's it about?
They accredited even the hospitals, the
I see.
healthcare,
I see.
all those
Okay.
things they do.
It's the accreditation service.
Kenya accreditation, exactly. Then there is also the CAPES. We have also the international markets, because the farmers who are using our product, they are selling their product into international market. So if you look at the certification, we also need to be certified by other international companies. So it becomes so expensive to an extent. When you are taking the product to the farmers, it's also expensive to an extent. It's not helping them. And this is a Kenyan made, which is cleaning the environment, which is also employing the Kenyans in a very big range, because we have we employ the garbage collectors, we employ the people who are going to do the composting, we employ the people who are going to do the sheaving, all those. There are so many people who are employed within the category.
How long have you been in operation?
We started in 2015, but commercially we started in 2019.
Okay, so have you had to pursue the accreditation as you're running the business, and how long did it take to achieve some of the certification?
Okay, I know it doesn't take quite long, but the only one which takes long, and it has been taking long, is when you want to do the pesticides, something like the pest control. Those are the ones that take long. But the others, you just take the samples and they are accredited. They come and look the process of doing it and the rest. But I'm saying some of them, they are multiple.
Right.
You find that it's like you are repeating the same certification. Yeah.
Oh, so the theme that's already coming across is bureaucracy, repetition, ease of doing business. I don't know, Lydia next to me, if she feels the same or you have a different experience. And tell us what you do as well.
Okay. Thank you very much. My name is Lydia Mandila. I work for Kenya Meat Commission as the Sales and Marketing Manager. So basically, as far as the SME is concerned, as the Commission, we've been able to support actually the SME and critically the soap making industry, currently you see a lot of women and even young men doing the liquid soap. So we produce tallow, and tallow is used in the production of soap, and mostly actually within the industrial area and even Kamkunji, we are supporting those women who are there.
Wait. Tallow comes from nyama.
Beef. It's beef tallow.
So hiyo nyama inakuja kwa sabuni?
Yes, actually. It's a byproduct, which is used in the production of soap. And we've supported a number of actually women and even youths who are doing the soap industry.
By support, what do you mean? Are you giving them for free? Are you selling them?
First of all, we give training. We started by training because we found that there was a gap in terms of people who are going for the big companies, the big go, and the so forth. And we realized that most Kenyans don't even understand actually the use of tallow. We have the tallow, which is oleo fat, that is for human consumption. And then we have this tallow that is used for soap making. So we have actually supported in terms of the trainings and even showing them up, and then making sure that it is readily available, and even we take it to the respective people who wish actually to start that business. The second part is the horns. Most of us, what we're putting on, we have buttons, and we actually don't know what it does. So we've been able to support a lot of, when you go to Kenyatta market, we have the Masai market, you will find that a lot of, they're doing some stuff with the beads and even the leather. So whatever comes actually from beef, that is the hides, is what is used to do the belts, the shangas, what they're putting on. And we've seen actually that the market is actually growing as far as the small business enterprises are coming up. And we also have the trolleys. Most often, we've had conversations that Kenyans are not having safe food. So we realize that most of the consumption is down here, and we don't engage with the people down here, then probably will not make it right. Therefore, we've engaged with businesses, especially we've had coverages in Burma, that Burma people are not having safe meat products. So we went and had a conversation with the small people who are owning there. And currently, actually, we are having a number of them getting meat from our place, the matumbos, the bones, which are very cheap, actually, so that now these small businesses can be able to grow. So we work in terms of making sure that we are looking at these small mwanainchi, they are called Wakenya wa kawaida, the Wanjikos, hustlers. How can we now support the hustlers so that now we are running together in terms of building and fixing the nation? Thank you very much.
All right. No, I'm just looking at the time. I want to get into a different discussion, but I know it's already
we can take the break at maybe 35.
Yeah, okay, that's true. You know, she's just spoken to saying that we're trying to support the Mama Mbogas, right? Which brings me to Jane. Jane is based in Kawangware, and she was just telling me, yeah, a lot of the women who I support or work with, Mama Mbogas, Mama Fua. So Jane, labda unaweza kutuelezea, and your thoughts on everything that you're hearing about the ease of doing business. What are some of the challenges in trying to run businesses from your end, and how are the women trying to navigate doing business even if it's a bit tricky?
Kwa majina naitwa Jane Changawa, mimi nakaa Kawangware na huwa nafanya kazi ya kutrain wa mama vitu mingi, for example briquettes, kuna briquettes huwa tunatengeneza, niko nao hapa moja.
Briquettes nini?
Ndio maana nilikuja nayo kwa sababu najua most of them hawajui. That's why nilikuja nayo ndio muone. Ndio hii ndio tunaita briquettes, na ndio nafundisha wamama kuitengeneza kwa sababu watanisaidia kukua na biashara zao, wakuwe wanatengeneza na wanatumia hata kwa nyumba. Most importantly, hii inaitwa clean energy. Ukitumia briquettes za namna hii ambazo huwa tunatumia na waste ya makaa, waste ya takataka zile zote zenye zinaweza fagiliwa kwa compound kama ni leaves, hizo huwa pia tunatengeneza nazo. Kuna makaratasi zile ambazo zina randaranda tu kwa mtaa, tunaokota tunatengeneza nazo. Kwa hivyo wamama huwa wanajifundisha na wanatengeneza na wanatumia kwa kupata pesa.
Wanalipa license?
Sasa hii haiko license.
So mnafanyia biashara wapi?
Tunafanyia Kawangware. Kila mtu anafanya kwa nyumba yake, akienda kuuzia jirani the next door.
Okay.
Kwa sababu hatujakuwa kwa business kubwa sana, but now that nimesikia tuko na watu wa nguvu sana hapa, kama huyu jamaa wetu wa county, nimeshukuru sana na nitachukua contact zake ndio tuweze kusaidia wamama wetu kwa ground. Otherwise je ndio kuna wale sasa umeita wa chini kabisa, wale mahasura wa chini kabisa, ndio hawa mama wangu ambao huwa wanafanya kazi kama hizo. Ingine yenye huwa tunafanya ni kutengeneza cakes na mikate, tunatengeneza inaitwaje, scones sana sana, na kwa saa hii nafundisha wamama kutengeneza scones na cakes ambazo anaweza kata na uzie jirani wake mwenye yako next, hata kama ni ya 20 bob. Lakini kwa saa hii zile challenges ambazo tunapata, hata niko na mama mboga by the way mwenye anakata mboga, anaenda Kawangware sokoni, anaenda kama ni Kino huko kwa mashamba, anachukua mboga, anakuja anakatakatia wa mama mboga na wananunua. Sasa ile shida ambao tunapata, especially kama leo kumenyesha Kawangware, hata tumechelewa kidogo kwa sababu kumenyesha, ni barabara asiko vizuri sana. Wale wenye wanatuletea mboga hawafikishi mboga kwa wakati kwa sababu manjia siko vibaya. So hiyo ni challenge moja ya kufikishiwa mboga na mapema. So mama mboga ataenda pale angoje na masaa inaenda, na kuna pengine watoto wenye anataka kutayarisha kwenda shule. Unaona? So tuko na challenges kama hizo. Another thing ni mambo ya cakes. Hiyo ni mambo na unga sasa. Unga imepanda, iko juu kabisa. Sasa sisi ile yenye tulikuwa tunauza 5 bob, tunaiuza sasa 10 bob. Na hata hiyo 10 bob unashindwa utauzia nani? Kwa sababu wanasema, Teacher Jane, hata kama ulitufundisha hii, hakuna pesa kwa mfuko, tutafanya aje? So unaona, ukitengeneza hata hiyo keki yako ama hiyo scones, uuze 10 bob, bado tutakaa nayo pale ukingoja watu wakuje na wakuji. Kwa sababu gani? Kari kaugali kenye walitengeneza jana jioni, hiyo ndio wamepakisha kidogo ya kukunywa breakfast. So Jane na wamama wenzake wakitengeneza hizo scones, wanaenda wanakaa tu, hakuna pesa kwa mfuko.
Right. Kushikilia your point here, the cost of doing business. And I know there's some positive stories pia nyuma yangu that people want to highlight, but kama kuna mtu mwingine that you've had to adjust biashara yako, increase either cost or reduce portions, whatever you do to make it work. Is there someone else who has had to do that from a cost of production business? Biashara kabidi. Either you reduce the portions, or how much you're giving, or you increase the cost of what you're making.
Actually, I want to ask Jen a question, because you're saying business is expensive. Yeah, your cost of buying your inputs is rising, and of course, then that means that you have to look for ways of financing your business. Mko na njia ya kupata mkopo kwa njia rahisi ndio muweze kugrow biashara yenu?
Yes. Kila mumama mwenye na train namwambia ni vizuri kukua kwa table banking. Hata kama ni 200 per month, jaribu sana ndio uende uwekelea kwa table banking, ndio iweze kukupatia at least loan yenye itakuwezesha hata kuanza hiyo unga ya mbele moja. Yeah, so that's the bottom line. Kwamba kila mumama mwenye nakutana na yeye, mwenye ako chini yangu, ako kwa table banking.
Na Hustler Fund?
Sorry?
Hustler Fund?
Hustler Fund iko chini kidogo. Sijui kama wale wako na pesa mingi ndio wanapata mingi, lakini sasa kwa hiyo sako yangu, hata mama anapata 600. Ikiwa sasa ndio ile limit yake. Kama mimi ilifika 1500. Ikastagnate pale. So ni kidogo tu. Hustler Fund ni kidogo. Ya kwa hao wenye wako chini. Lakini nasikia inalingana na ile pesa yenye mtu ako nayo, sijui I don't know.
But hiyo kustagnate nielewa, inafaa kwa ikipanda kama umeomba 600 ukalipa sawa, then ukaomba 15 ukalipa sawa, then it should be 3, sasa ukalipa iende 5 and so on and so forth.
Kiasi. Okay. Inakaa before ifike 2000 sijui itachukua muda gani, lakini kwa wale wenye wanahusika na hiyo wanaweza tuelezea kama mama mboga ndio tuweze kuelewa how things are.
Yeah. Godfrey, do you have a response to that?
The Hustler Fund is from the national government. However, because we work with them collaboratively, as you rightfully put it, the idea is to graduate, but also not to, you can overcredit someone so that you're giving them more than they can actually absorb. The intent was that they will gradually grow with the businesses until the business itself actually is the one that demands. Sometimes Kenyans have been able to repay fast with an intention of getting higher credit, but not at the same pace their business is growing. See, the best credit and financing model is the one where the business itself pushes you to borrow, as opposed you, the individual, pushing yourself to borrow a certain limit. That process takes it's a cycle. However, there is a new model that is being introduced also that will allow groups to borrow. So the mama mbogas who are already in a group will be able to access Hustler Fund and co-guarantee each other. That way, they'll be able to access higher amounts because also the folio risk is lowered by the virtue that you are co-guaranteeing each other. Yeah. So those are some of the attributes that it has.
Thank you. The conversation continues. We are here until 10 a.m. Leo tumeleta Mike kwa ground, Mike kwa biashara. We are having a conversation with people who are running businesses from small business, micro business, like you've heard from Jane and the ladies in Kawangware, and what they're doing to small businesses, to medium enterprises. What are they all doing? What are the challenges? What are the success stories? And how would they like to see things fixed so that they can operate better, expand their businesses, employ more people, gain more for their businesses, and so that we can also grow the economy. We'll be back shortly. We are taking a quick break on Nation FM on NTV. We'll be back here at KICC.
All right. We are back, of course, at the KICC, talking to micro, small, and medium enterprises about what fixes they need and what fixes can be provided. The conversation in Achemka Vizuri, we're getting to figure out what are the pain points, what's working as well. And I was just speaking to Stella over the break, and she said, those teething challenges are almost universal. Lazima you go through them, and then at some point, the script flips, and it's people now looking for you to give you opportunities, to give you money. Stella, kindly tell us a little bit about your biashara and that journey until you got to the point where people are now looking for you to help you, to invest in you and all that.
Thank you so much. My name is Stella Auka. I come from Mombasa.
Could you please stand so that we can see you, if you don't mind? Yeah.
Thank you so much. My name is Stella Auka from Mombasa. I was among the very first people who attended the first SME here, and it gave me an opportunity. It opened doors for me. I was given a loan by KIE. I didn't even know those other finances existed until I came here. Then from there, I was exposed to so many trainings that we've had in Mombasa, in small groups, in hubs. We have been having so many trainings that has opened my mind. Then I started growing. When I started growing up to a certain level, is when everybody looked at me now. What do you want? Do you want this money? Can you give me a loan? But when I was looking for the loans then, nobody wanted to look at me. Nobody wanted to hear me out. And now in fact, I can do without the loans. Yeah. So the problem, the key thing is you have to be resilient. You have to know what you want and work for it. In fact, you can get finances from your networks. I didn't know that until I learned from the trainings. So I no longer go to the financiers. I'll go there when I want to go now very big. But for now, the small steps that I'm taking, I take loans from my family members, I take loans from my friends, and I pay back. Then from there, I want to scale up, then maybe I'll get a partner. I might not even go for the financiers because they looked down upon me when I wanted them. So they don't serve me right now, now that I'm knowledgeable.
Now that you're good. I think that's where most people want to be, to say, I don't know that I need the loan. Let me bring in Old Mutual because it's speaking to where she was then when she needed to access credit and loans and saying it was hard to get that. So speak to how you help SMEs, MSMEs do that, and even just how to mitigate risks like business disruption.
Thank you very much. Okay. Sorry, where may I stand? Thank you very much. My name is Samson Nouma from Old Mutual, General Insurance. So just a little bit about Old Mutual. We've been existent for around 180 years now, supporting the business segment, be it the small, the micro, and even the medium enterprises. So yes, currently what we offer is an array of facilities. We offer insurance services. We have banking. My colleagues are also here. They'll speak into it. We offer investments, and we also provide medical insurance. On risk management, specifically where I sit, is we've been walking this journey for 180 years now with the small businesses, seeing them grow to very, very big businesses together for that. And the main fix that we give or where we plug in is to ensure that you remain in business, the resilience is there, and to make sure that the continuity also exists. And how we bring that into the picture is quite simple. I'll try and give a very simple analogy. If you remember last year, we were hit by two things. That was the floods, and then secondly, we had the demonstrations. Most of the guys who were affected by those two incidents were the small business enterprises. And if you notice, you realize that we paid quite a number of claims. For floods alone, we paid around 300 million shillings. And the main beneficiaries were the small businesses and the enterprises that we have in our society. So that ensures that your capital remains as it is, so that you leave it for the business. We charge a small premium so that whenever a claim happens, we're able to compensate you as fast as possible so that your operations proceed. Currently, again, we are starting now the rainy season. Some of the advice we can give is that we have an array of products that we can give to all these business to ensure that whenever you are hit by any eventuality, we are able to come in and make sure that we are compensated effectively so that your capital remains for business. Whenever a risk happens, then insurance comes in and compensates you to make sure that you do not close down your business.
What's a small business?
How we define SMEs from where we sit is a business that runs below 400 million shillings. Below 400 million shillings, all the way to 5 million shillings, all the way to 100,000 shillings, all those we cover them. So the way we categorize SMEs in our sector is any business enterprise below 400 million shillings. So even if you are at 100,000 shillings, you will still have a solution for you.
What, 100,000 shillings in profit or in revenues? Is it a day? Is it a month?
In capital. So let's say...
The capital required in the business?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you're setting up a business and you can say, maybe I have an office, there's some profits that I'm also getting, and in total, all my assets come to maybe 1 million shillings, or come to 500,000 shillings, or 100,000 shillings, or 200 million shillings. All those are categorized as SMEs from the solutions we provide. And everyone, we give them solution depending on their nature of business. In terms of premium, we charge as low as 5,000 shillings, as low as 3,000 shillings, and those are solutions that you're getting insurance for a whole year cover. And if you get a claim, then we are very much efficient and come in and compensate you.
What's the biggest challenge that you've seen in terms of businesses taking up insurance?
The biggest challenge we face currently is just financial literacy. So what we are seeing from the society is people are not aware that these products exist, and we are willing to give them those solutions. So, and having such kind of forum really helps. And again, we appreciate NTV for this expo, because now we are able to come down to the ground and speak to each and every person and actually tell them that we have a solution for you, and you can approach us. Whenever you have a claim, we are more than willing to come and compensate you. The lady there who runs the agency, when she started, she said one of the challenges we are facing is people don't know. Okay, when you go to sell insurance, the first thing they ask you, what is insurance? And that's the first challenge. So also in SMEs, it's the same challenge they're facing. Secondly, the second challenge they're facing is disposable income. So they say, yes, I have a business, but I don't have the money to buy insurance. That money, I'd rather use it in my business. So the advice we give and some of the solutions we are giving is we are giving very competitive and charging very competitive premiums as a way of trying to accommodate even the small business enterprises. That's why I said we are even going as low as 5,000 shillings for an annual policy that can even cover you against fire, against floods, against riots, be it politically instigated or not.
Our level of adaptability is quite high, especially when you make it like easy. Have you seen an uptick now? If you have a cover for 5,000, right? What kind of change has that spurred in the sector that you've seen? And you're like, okay, this many people took up this policy immediately. Or if you're allowed staggered payments, and it's like, okay, now we've got 2 times more, 3 times more business people coming. Have you seen that?
Yes, that's a fantastic question. So as I mentioned, we also have an arm in banking, and that's where Faulu, one of our entities, comes in. So one of the solutions we provide around there is if you feel your premium is so high that you can't pay it once, we have credit facilities that we offer in terms of IPF that can give you a monthly installments of up to 10 months. So you can pay your premiums of up to 10 months. That's a solution being offered through Faulu. Secondly, we tailor-made a product around 2 years ago purely for SMEs. And we went around the country trying to sensitize the market and the consumers. And actually, the uptake has been quite good on that specific product. We call it Biashara Shua. It's a combined solution that covers SMEs cutting across various products because it has around 12 products into one single product. So one of the things why we did that is SMEs don't want to be bogged down with so many products. They don't want to say, there's this, there's this, there's this, there's this. So we said, fine, we can tailor-make one product that in it covers you, gives you solution for 12 products. So you are covered all-rounded, and it also, for your information, it even goes ahead and covers loss of profits. So if a flood happens and you're not generating revenue, maybe you're rebuilding your business or looking for a place to relocate, we'll still proceed and compensate you for the profits you're not incurring or earning during that period for a maximum of around 12 months.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if anyone here struggles with thinking, am I big enough to insure? Even when you tell me a premium is like 5K, yeah, thinking that, am I too small to insure? And then insurance also is far-fetched for a lot of people.
And daunting.
And daunting.
Yeah, out of reach.
How many have insurance for their businesses here? Raise a hand if your business is insured. Okay, see?
There's a gap. Oh, she put her hand a bit. So you can see there's quite a gap, right?
How do we then make sure that people feel that they are insurable, but also that it's not when, it's an investment in your future self? I don't know. That's a question that we'll come back to. But the question of, okay, insurance is one, then credit is now the other one. Credit is, for business, you must be getting credit. But from what I'm hearing, it's people are preferring, especially when you're smaller, to get money from family, from friends, get that loan, pay, scale. And then when you're big, like Stella said, now everybody else will come in. The banks will look for you. You won't even look for them. Is that the case? I see reactions here from Faulu.
Great. Good morning. And thank you very much, Nation Media Group, for this forum, because we are actually fixing the country from the economic point of view. So very grateful. My name is Justus Kitony from Faulu Microfinance Bank, a member of Old Mutual Group. So I work very closely with my colleague here to actually ensure that your business thrive. That's the main thing that we do. I know I've listened to the conversation at the beginning, the hurdles, the challenges around the businesses. I think something that is very clear is that the environment of doing business is always tight. Taxation, all over the place. We have the issues of low disposable income, that people are unable to purchase, so the purchasing power is low. There's competition. There's ever-changing needs of your customers. That we are very much aware. We've done a lot of research around it. And how are we fixing it? I think that's the most important thing. How are we fixing the question that the entrepreneur here raised? How are we fixing the issues of the lady who is doing energy is talking about? At Faulu, we are a microfinance bank, and we serve the MSME. We do the universal banking with a bias on MSME, and that's why we are here today. What are we doing? the best way to do and to solve some of those problems, we thought is important to understand your business, okay, from the customer side. So our products are tailor-made for your business, because businesses are unique, from the energy, from the agency, from the traders, suppliers, etc. So the best way for you, and this is my advice to you, we've been in business for a long time, as a bank for 32 years. Personally, I've been a banker for 22 years. So I understand a bit of this business. What you do as a business person, I will advise you visit the bank and discuss with the banker. Banking has changed. It's no longer the traditional that we knew. Discuss and you'll get solutions. That's number one. Number two is what you're doing today. Be available at the forums to understand. There's actually a gap in information, and I thank media, this media house nation, for this. The information gap is so much that we are struggling, yet there are solutions out there. One of the big solutions is, of course, the financing. At Faulu, we should be able to give you facilities from 5,000 all the way to 100 million. Okay? We should be able to give you that just like that. Flexibility is high at our position. We are the people making decisions, and we craft them nicely for you to make sure that your business grow. Number three, something that my colleague touched about. When you grow your business, there's always the challenges of things happening, uncertainties. You need to protect your business by insuring that business. Insurance, you see, we took a survey here to say how many people have insured. And I saw like 3-4 hands. The penetration of insurance in this country, I think, is not even 3%. Let's take cover of our businesses, because there are challenges. And even yourself, health covers. Because when that happens, it can destroy your capital. So I'm insisting that we all do covers on insurance cover, and particularly with Old Mutual, we've crafted the products. Lastly, is to say, as you do your business, how do you ensure that you have something for future when you grow old, or you are unable to do the business? Now we are energetic, we can come at 7 a.m. You need to have information about products like money market that can, keep building at 1,000 shillings to whatever amount you have, clearly for you. By the time, and you can draw interest anytime that you need, and you can get the money immediately you need the money. So what am I saying? You look at your business holistically, from funding, look at your business from getting information so you penetrate the market, know what is digitization and what the customers need, look at how to cover that business from insurance, and also ensure that after you've done your business, can you continue with the lifestyle that you have? Thank you.
Just a quick question before you sit. Why should I come to Faulu? You give me a facility at 14, 16%, when Jane and Janet could have given it to me for 2%, maybe even for free, just as a friend, and you loan me and I give you back principal, no interest.
Correct. So, good question. There are many ways of accessing financial support, and I think it's open and it's good for everyone. The thing is, two things that I will want to say. One is expandability of what you're doing in your business. Of course, a friend will give you today, you'll go to a group chama, you'll then get to a situation where you need a bank to give you a lot of money, 200 million and so forth. 10 million, 5 million. You need a bank for that. Faulu is good for that, and we are flexible. Number two is, as you deal with bankers, remember we deal with these customers every day and businesses. So we'll give you advisory services and connect you to the market. There's also that connectivity that we are doing today. We have similar forums like a roundtable, SME from Old Mutual. We do forums across the country targeting specific groups and giving advisory services. That's very important for you. And the fact that you will get one-stop shop at Faulu. You get insurance, you get advisory, you get finances, and you build networks for yourself.
Well, thank you for that, and we'll continue this conversation. Let's take a break, because we just want to go run into a break, come back, the conversation continues. So there are very many things that are happening when it comes to just thinking about running a micro, a small, or a medium enterprise in this country. There is the issue of accessing capital to start your business or capital to expand your business. There's the issue of compliance, regulatory framework from the county government, from the national government, all the agencies that are involved there. There's the issue of accessing your market. whether it's accessing your market just because you need to advertise to access your market, or you need infrastructure to take you to the market, that is also a whole different issue. There's the issue of capacity, just having capacity in your own business and understanding the things that you just need to do. I mean, it's too much. You need an accountant here to help you do this. You need a lawyer to help you think about the other. You need to, too many things. And that's why we're here. Mike kwa ground, Mike kwa biashara. This Friday, we are at the KICC on the sidelines of the SME conference and expo. We are having a conversation with people who are running business and people who are running whatever level of business in support. We also have the county government of Nairobi with the chief officer in charge of trade and hustlers. It's business and hustlers. He's here. He'll be hearing the questions. He's listening. I'm sure he'll be asked many questions. Keep it here. We'll be back. It's 9 a.m. Back shortly.